Welcome to World Transits Today, Archetypal News Network Edition 49, exploring the planetary archetypes with their changing relationships, blending consciousness research with astrology. I'm Art Granoff. Let's start with Venus square Uranus. Fresh love till the end of the month. Venus, charm, love, and beauty, aesthetic delights, with Uranus, innovation, release, and bright lights. New love, fresh attraction, skin in the game. Venus, Uranus, love at first sight, or bite, fresh possibilities, fresh air, delight. Open Venus with liberating Uranus. What could go wrong? Well, Venus can get too emotional and Uranus can get too free. Then just misunderstanding. Venus, Uranus at odds. The love poem from Grateful Dead, Sugar Magnolia. She's got everything delightful. She's got everything I need. A breeze in the pines and the sun and bright moonlight. Lazy in the sunlight, yes indeed. And March 9th, Mars square Uranus, 4-week transit till the first part of April. New war developments. Mars of thick skin responds to stimulation, leading to direct action. Mars is not subtle. Worked up and eager is to the point, direct and forceful. With Uranus, something's naturally ripe, ready for change. Uranus bursts existing structures using Promethean light or brilliance, shows the fresh direction or new way. Though Uranus can get out there, swimming too far in the deep waters. Two strong, independent planetary archetypes meet. Potent Mars with liberating Uranus. What do we get? Fresh conflict. Mars starting up for a new fight. Ukraine, the new forceful development, standing for what we believe in. Russia says Ukraine joining NATO is an existential threat and is taking care of business. To the US, Ukraine is not important enough to fight or die for. The US will fight to the last Ukrainian. Mercury conjunct Jupiter till the beginning of April. Mercury joins Sun, Jupiter, Neptune field for a couple of weeks. Mercury travels through. Mercury the thinker. Gee, what's happening? What was happening? And what will be happening? Mercury can get too rational, think too much, getting frazzled. Jupiter is grand, large, and husky. Jupiter about abundance, good fortune, and success. Though Jupiter may get too proud, too puffed up, or self-centered at times, though we probably don't see it, everybody else does. You may address me as your loftiness. Mercury conjunct Jupiter, intellectual vigor, big understanding, giant books, a piece of paper with significance. Too bad the US and NATO couldn't consider Russia's security demands, perhaps accommodate the Russians a little. More people may be alive today. We need an important document easing tensions. Also, big communications, the big solution for the elusive peace in Ukraine. Reading any giant new books? I just finished Psyche Unbound, Essays in honor of Stanislav Grof, written by those through the decades who have been greatly influenced by Stan. I found myself delighted and humbled reading their words in praise of Stan's work. Quote, brilliant and deep, this volume celebrates and illuminates Stan Grof's genius. His profound vision has created a powerful new paradigm for psychology, medicine, human, and social development, and for understanding the nature of consciousness. His groundbreaking research and vast experience offers us wisdom, a wise heart, and whole, beneficial new perspectives across multiple fields. A truly important, worthy tribute. Jack Cornfield. In section 1, early witness and allies, we hear from Joseph Campbell, Houston Smith, and Ralph Metzner. Section 2, psychotherapy and consciousness research, from Paul Grof and Arlene Fox, Will Keeping and Chris Beisch. And section 3, comparative and theoretical studies, with Sean Kelly and Irvin Laszlo. During this transit through late March, Mercury, Jupiter, may be a good time to pick up this deep book and read it. Venus conjunct Saturn till mid-April. Venus again, beauty, social consciousness, and sensuality. Saturn's firm, solid, mighty. Saturn representing structure itself. Saturn's also tight, constricted, full of concentrated angst, ready to burst out. Blaming someone for something you don't like about yourself. Venus, Saturn, stuck or cornered. Harsh or rapacious love. Official love of country. Difficulty opening to intimacy by repressing tender feelings. Or Venus, Saturn, reductionist math. Two become one. The big trust. Long-term relationship. Stirring the shiitake mushrooms together. A rich and loving life. Then March 13th, daylight savings time. Phew. Sun sextile Pluto for 11 days of intense individual expression. Sun again is I, with Pluto, a driving force within, a potent ally or antagonist based on our understanding, forged through inner work on ourselves. Pluto intensifies everything it touches. We're captured or bewitched by always having to control a situation to make sure we're safe. Pluto expresses human nature at its extremes. Also, the Lord of Darkness doesn't carry tissues or Band-Aids. How about hating all things Russian? I hate Russians because the media told me to. Sun Pluto, what are we good at? When do we express ourselves so we feel most alive? And when do we express ourselves through fear or groupthink? Sun Pluto. Here's Mars conjunct Saturn to late April, a lively action transit. Force meets resistance, chop their heads off, the Ukraine war. Plus, Mars with Pluto still happening. So for the next 10 days, we have the combination of Mars conjunct Pluto, Mars conjunct Saturn, means Mars with Saturn and Pluto. Now I'm archetypally predicting. Remember 2020? Beginning of the year, to start the pandemic, we had Mars conjunct Pluto, Mars conjunct Saturn. Then later in the year, we go to the square, Mars square Pluto, and Mars square Saturn. The coronavirus starts. Panic, confusion, mass death, wildfires burning up the US Northwest. The last US presidential election results nightmare. The president can't accept defeat. Then the violent and bloody January 6th riot breaking into Congress. Force meets resistance, explosive, berserker mob violence. Just watch some of the videos. You know, just another day in the park. Again, Mars, Pluto, and Mars, Saturn together for the next 10 days. Shall we review? This week, Venus square Uranus and Mars square Uranus. This week, Mercury conjunct Jupiter. Venus conjunct Saturn. This week, daylight savings time. Sun sextile Pluto. And this week, Mars conjunct Saturn with Mars conjunct Pluto for about 10 days. Thanks for joining me on World Transits Today, everybody, discussing the new transits this week. Watch World Transits at my site, Reference Astrology. Hear the audio version at Apple Podcasts. Contact me directly at Reference Astrology for a birth chart and transit reading, where we explore the planetary archetypes, place them on your chart, revealing your personal transits to see what's up for you.